Hi everyone, this is trying to demo what we're going to do for PTW pilot assessment this term. Right now what I'm demoing and what you'll copy is living in the ENGL 307 PDC pre-design course instead of using the term master. I'm really excited about that, but that's another conversation. Okay, so right now we're looking at it logged in as a demo student. If I go to due date 15, which is the final due date for the course, and scroll down to the the second to last, submit final published version of Project 3. It's also, if we go under assignments, I could go there. So again, I'm seeing this from the student's perspective. So when the student sees this, what they're going to see is they're going to see a bunch of individual rubrics associated with each of the course outcomes. And this is actually there for you, but just so you know, it's there. And if they ask what are these 1 or 2 points, it doesn't matter. These rubrics are what you'll be using for the assessment purposes. You can add your own rubric or grade outside of the system if you want, but basically we need them to submit here. Okay, so the student sees this, scrolls down to the bottom, they do their final submission. The bummer is D2L requires a final submission that is a document, so even if they're submitting a URL, they still need to submit a document, and I'll show what I did. Okay, so I just pretended I was a student. I submitted my document that basically links out to my portfolio. Now, over here, I'm logged in as the instructor. I'm going to go back to assignments. I just want to kind of refresh. So there's that submit final polished project 3 down at the bottom here. I'm clicking in. Okay, so there is what I just submitted as the demo student. When I go in to grade it, I click on here. So here's things that happen. One, as long as they submit a document that's got a functional URL, chugging, and it's taking a moment. Sorry about this. As long as they have a document that's got a functional URL, it should pop up with a URL that you can click on and link out. Of course, it's not working right now. Apologies. This is killing me. It's probably because it's a docx. Anyways, OD2L. Sorry, at this point I'm not going to get bogged down in the submission document. What I want to show you is what you need to do as for the assessment purposes. Okay, so there's all these rubrics here. Please note that these rubrics only you're only using them for assessment purposes. If you want to attach a rubric that you actually grade with, you'll want to attach that as well. But you click in here, and so basically what you have is you have all 7 of the course outcomes, but in the assignment prompt for reflection, it's only asking them to address 5 of them. So basically, you have to do two levels of work. You have to, one, assess which ones they address. So I'm going to say fairly confidently everyone's probably going to address rhetoric, and then you're deciding whether it's improving or acceptable. And again, I'm not quite sure what Anne's plan is to try to norm us, or maybe not this first round. We might not even do that work. So I'm going to say, yes, this person did acceptable on rhetoric. Did not talk about process. If the student didn't talk about process, don't click anything. Now, if you accidentally click it and then realize, oh no, you can hit the eraser and it deletes it out. But okay, so this, demo student did info lit, but I'm going to say it's only improving. Talked about multimodal, talked about collaborative. Hold on, I need 5. 1. Did not talk about reflection, did talk about genre, and it was only improving. Something like that. Okay, so save and record. Now notice it did push points down here. You can, whatever it pushes, you can delete and input. You can override that score. Also though, I do want to go back into the rubrics say you attach another rubric, if up at the very top here, you can select which one to pull the grade from. So if you attach a rubric that you're actually using to grade, just make sure that you pull that one, but you can still click the rest of these for assessment purposes. So again, saving and recording. I don't care what the score is because I used another rubric, and I'm going to say they earned an 87. Yay! Finally, over here on the left, the URL. So see if it, when it comes in, the document should have a functional link and it can take you to it. And then hit publish. And so basically what's happened here is this 87 pushes to the gradebook as long as the assignment and the gradebook item is connected, which it will be or it can be. And then these rubrics that we had you click here, and notice as you look at it here, only some are activated, others are not, and that's what we want. We only want you to click on the rubrics that the students actually explicitly discussed in their reflection or in their portfolio. Okay, I'm hoping that makes sense. If you have questions, feel free to shoot me a question and I'll try to make another video. Okay, so that's part one. Part one is just saying this is what we have and this is how to use it. Part two now is the question of how do you get what we have into your course. So I'm going to, this might look a little weird. Because I'm going to go into, okay, so sorry, it's a 102 course, but I want to show copying from a live, into a live course so you know what's happening. Now, if you're smart, ideally what you'll do is you will go into assignments, and if you have that final submission, so here, notice it's interesting because we have a portfolio too in 102. I would delete this assignment here, and I would also go to the gradebook, and I would delete the project 3 because those are linked. I would delete those first as a way to pull them out, but you don't have to, and I'm not going to in this case. So how you'll copy stuff over is upper right hand corner, go to course admin, click in the middle here, import export, search for, so this is important, you're searching for 307 PDC, pre-designed course. And there it goes, it pops up. It's got both titles here because that's what's in the back end. There we go. Okay, now, very, very important. Do not copy all components. That'll drive you crazy. Over here on the right and the bottom, select components. Okay, you want, depending on what exactly you're copying over, you potentially want up to, you definitely want 2 areas, you potentially want up to 3. So in this instance, 1, if you're working with either the 307 or if you copy the whole module 3 over to your 308, you probably want the content. So click content, click selected individual items to copy. You definitely want assignments, again select individual items, and then you also want grades, select individual items. Okay, so this is grade items. I just want the project 3 portfolio, just the portfolio. And this is the assignment folders. I just want the portfolio again, just the portfolio, not the rest of it. And then finally, under the module, again, I just want the submit final portfolio. There we go. Okay. Finish. Okay, so now you want to go in the 3 places you move stuff and check to see what's happened. Okay, so over here in content, over here on the far left, I have a new module 3. It moved it in. I'm quickly changing this to draft so it doesn't freak out my 102 students. It moved the whole Module 3 thing, but if you already had it in there, it should just move the piece. But down here's that one piece. More importantly, though, and this is kind of why the Module 3, if you already have it there, or if you're not using this, then don't. The required pieces you really have to is this assignments piece. So again, notice down here I have a new Module 3. And then over here in grades, again at the very bottom, I have a Project 3. And what you're basically going to have to do is you're going to have to kind of move things around. Like I said, delete the old things and move like this. You probably want to, reorder and move it towards the top. If you have a Project 3 already, you're actually going to have to bulk edit and potentially move this into the new Project 3 portfolio section, that kind of stuff. I'm going to stop on this video. When I send this to you all, or when Anne shares it with you, I'm also going to share another video that shows kind of detailed instructions on how to copy stuff to a live course and how to shuffle things around. So hopefully 2 parts: understanding what you're going to do and how you're going to assess it, and then moving this stuff over to your course. If this doesn't make sense for any reason, please feel free to email me and give me kind of screenshots or direct steps of where you got stuck, and I'll try to get you back on track.